I forgot to add sound.
Hear you.
A Trucker's View is located on Facebook. It's a place where we showcase our lives as truck drivers over the road and our family members who showcase what it's like to live in a trucking community. We're looking for live streamers, both truckers, truckers' wives, and significant others. Join us at A Trucker's View on Facebook today. Please join us on Friday nights to watch Truckers on TV at 7 p.m. Central on Facebook with your host, Larry Baum from Married to the Road, and also James Underwood from Rolling with the Underwoods every Friday night. Hey guys, I am so excited that you guys joined us for our show tonight. We are so excited. We have 3 great guests with us tonight. We have Theresa, Kierra, and Maddie on our show. They are truck drivers and a trucker's fiance who are out in the trucking industry, and they're going to share their stories and their life and what it is like to be out there on the road as part of the LGBTQ plus community. We do ask that you please be respectful. If you don't have anything nice to say, as my mom always said, then please don't say it. Just be respectful to our guests and just remember that they're being brave coming out here and sharing their story with us. And the way I look at it, we could all learn a lot from them. So please help me welcome our guests. Sit back and enjoy the show. Thank you, everybody.
Hello, ladies. Whoa, there's a dog on the screen. What the heck happened?
Hi, Murphy.
Okay, is this dog central? Should I put mine up too?
Well, I can't. I have 2. You got 2.
I know.
I have 2, but only one stays out with me.
Okay, let me read my comment. I had to put my glasses on. This is from David. Good evening from Missoula, Montana, USA. Tonight, I'm going to be having homemade tacos for dinner tonight. That's kind of what we're having tonight. We're going to have, hey, Diane from Tennessee, we're going to be having taco bowls. I'm going to cook right after the show.
Yeah, we're cooking right after the show also.
Hi,
I don't know what we're having yet. What are we having, babe?
I had a great dinner with Kierra and Theresa tonight at A&W.
That's my favorite place.
I love A&W floats. Yummy.
Yep. And I had the chili cheese dog, and we shared cheese curds and chili cheese fries.
I guess we're having dirty rice and bread with butter tonight.
Okay, I love dirty rice. Hey, Cassandra, how are you?
But I must say the company was better than the food.
Yes. And let me just say, Kierra looked really cute tonight in that shirt.
And that Mickey Mouse one, oh my gosh, so cute.
They're super adorable.
And they are even more adorable in person. Like, I didn't know that was possible.
I know. I was like, the day that we met them, I was just like, oh my gosh. And we clicked immediately. Before we knew it, we'd been standing up talking for 2 hours and weren't even tired, didn't want to sit down. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I wish I didn't have to drive tonight because we're here in Wisconsin together. And they actually, get this, what they did. They stopped. So that's my old truck, the one that died. And I'm in the new one. They stopped to help me empty that truck.
Was that not the coolest thing?
That's so awesome.
Instead of going up and down all those times, they actually stop. And that's the main reason they won't admit it, but I'm sure that's why, because they knew I was going to have to empty it.
Couldn't have been that they love you or anything, could it?
No.
Right? No, not
You
at
talk
all.
about heart of gold, though, that they would stop and do that for me. It was just. And
Well,
then
I can't wait to meet all three of them.
stubborn women would not let me pay for my own dinner. Stubborn. Payback.
That sounds like
Lori.
Lori.
Somebody, Angie?
Lori.
Both of you.
Me?
I'm surrounded by stubborn women. I don't know what to do.
Well, I did want to mention before we get started with our show tonight that I did share some links on both Trucker Safety Divas, A Trucker's View, and Married to the Road. So, sorry, I'm losing my voice. One of the things I did want to say is, as far as the LGBTQ plus community and trucking is concerned, there is really not a whole lot of resources out there. We have already done a show on this before. Hey, Dawn, and I have reached out to many of my friends who are in the community, and there's just not a lot of trucking resources. However, these three groups I am personally a part of. I believe Lori is too. And so I posted links. I did want to mention them. It's Brace the Rainbow, which is a brand new group, guys. It doesn't have a lot of members, but it's Kierra and Theresa's group. So be sure to join that and support them. The next one is LGBT Truckers and Allies. And then the last one is LGBTQ plus Truck Driver Network. So those are super, super, first of all, they're upbeat and positive. They have lots of great information for you. So if you're looking for a good place for some support, I've already put those links up for you.
And Angela, the Brace the Rainbow that Theresa started, that is not for the transgender, or it is simply for family members.
Yes.
Those that support them, friends that love them,
Allies.
to kind of give them the support as well. So if you are lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, sorry, but that's not for you. That is for your loved ones only.
Yeah, because the transition that they go through, and I did want to say, Terry Idella mentioned, she said moving into a new truck is a lot of hard work.
It's a pain in the
It
tuck.
is.
Yes.
It is.
And
It's a
Jamie
pain.
Barnes, hello,
Hi,
sweetheart.
Jamie.
It is a pain moving from one truck to another.
Oh, it's a
Especially
lot of hard
alone.
work.
When you're by yourself, it really is bad.
Yes. But I did want to say the whole reason that Theresa set up this support group is because using Kierra and Theresa is a really good example. You know, Kierra is the one that's going through the transitioning, and Theresa is, of course, her fiance, but also her support person. And you need to understand that, especially when someone is going through a transgender and all the changes that go with it and everything, a lot of times people feel like they've lost their loved one and now they're having to relearn the new loved one. And so this support group that they're trying to put together is a really good idea for the family members, because, you know, a lot of them feel like they've gone through a loss or a death in the family, and now they're having to learn to cope.
And we got Maddie.
Yes.
Yeah. And, you know, even as somebody like me who, I'm not like you two ladies, you both have daughters that are lesbians or binary.
Yes.
So I'm
Binary.
honestly really learning. And
Me too.
it's good information. You know, I support them wholeheartedly, but to be able to like understand Theresa
Yeah.
and Maddie's fiance, to get it from that point of view, those women are so strong. They're as strong as Kierra and Maddie. I mean, they truly are. They're with them every minute, like you said, going through the transition. They support them fully. So I have just as much respect for them as I do Kierra and Maddie.
Absolutely.
When my daughter came out, I did a lot of research because I wanted to understand it. I want to be on her level. So I did a lot of research, but now the research is different because I'm researching other things to where I'm learning more about the community.
Yeah, and the pronouns, because I feel like I feel so. That's the one thing I want to say before we get started with the show. And I realize the tonight's show is probably going to go a little long, and that's okay. But the one thing I do want to say about Theresa, Kierra, and Maddie, all three of them, they are fine with you guys having questions. We all have questions. And we'd be stupid to say that we don't have questions, and that's an okay thing. They're fine with that. They have no problem answering your guys' questions, or if you have curiosity. The only thing we ask is keep it PG-13 and keep it respectful, because of who our audience is. And we just want to be respectful. But I mean, just like with my daughter, I feel like I'm constantly having to learn because everything is evolving and everything is changing. Lori and I talk about this all the time. It's like I feel like I want to be as educated as possible. And sometimes I feel like I fail as a mother as far as being educated. So it's good.
Can I ask you a question, mother to mother?
Yeah,
when
of
your
course.
daughter came out, were you afraid of all the gay bashing and all that when she first came out? Because I know I was deathly scared of that too, because it's still going on.
To protect your daughter.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I knew my daughter was gay. You're going to laugh. I mean, it's not funny, but it is. So when she was 5 years old, she started becoming real feminine, or not feminine, masculine. She didn't want to play with Barbies, didn't want dresses. You know, it was match wheel box cars and just everything was feminine. And she looked up to her uncle, wanted to dress like him and whatever. So back then, Oprah was really hot. And she had a show on there about children who were gay. And I don't know, I watched it and it was like ding, 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 ding. Everything started clicking for me. Right. And so I had from the age of 5 until she came out to me at 17 to process and deal with this. So at 17, she came to me one day and she's like, Mom, she's like, I have something really important to say to you. And I just stopped her and I said, I already know. And she goes, how do you know? I said, honey, I've known since you were 5 years old. She goes, what do you know? I said, you're gay. She's like, and you're not mad at me? I'm like, are you kidding me? And this is my viewpoint, okay? I would much rather have my daughter be gay and happy than to be strung up on drugs and me having to worry about her every day and every night, or homeless. To me, gay is nothing. And she's now married to like the most wonderful girl in the whole wide world. I couldn't ask for a better daughter. So, but yeah, the mother bear in me comes out so often when we go out in public and I see those people giving her the stares or giving her wife those stares. I just want to kill them. But then I know that 90% of the time, the people that are giving those looks are people who are scared, maybe not educated, not well informed. So I try very hard to keep my mouth shut, but it's so hard.
And I wanted to address Idella. That group, Idella, that you were talking about is Brace the Rainbow, BRACE, the Rainbow.
When Rachel came out, she was the same way. She was like, well, are you mad at me? I'm like, no, you're still my daughter. I'm still going to love you no matter what. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't I, you know?
And I think what broke my heart the most, Cindy's, okay, here's a prime example right here. These two ladies right here, Sydney McDowell and Momo, have been together for 21 years. First of all, if you've ever seen a picture of them, these two are freaking adorable.
They are.
I love Cindy. I love Cindy and Momo so
much.
much.
I have never seen them.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
Amazing. You gotta meet them.
Put a face to the name.
I'll send you some pictures because I just sent them a fruit basket a couple weeks ago and they sent me a picture. They are so cute. So cute.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, I remember I dated in high school a football player named David, and I knew something was different because what 17-year-old boy doesn't even want to make out?
Yeah.
Nothing. Right. And we dated for, I think I started when I was 16. So for a year and a half, nothing. I mean, not trying to get to first base, nothing. At first I thought, okay, I know I'm a big girl. Is that maybe it? And finally, we broke up. And then a month later, he came out gay. And he passed away a year ago from throat cancer.
But
when Paul and I got married, he did our cake, our cupcakes. He did everything, him and his husband. And I hadn't seen him in many years, but it was just to see the joy because he was miserable in high school.
Yeah.
And, he was popular being on the football team and all that, but he was miserable. And to see him with his husband after that many years. Yep. We see you, Stephanie.
We see you, Steph.
That's why I kept shaking my head.
Me too.
It was so wonderful to see, like you had said, I'd rather see my daughter happy. When I saw David with his husband, I just bawled. The difference in him, I mean, granted, it was a lot of years, 20 years, but the difference in his eyes just glowed. And I just was like,
what was so crazy is my daughter's junior year, she went to prom with a best friend of hers that was a male. And I think Alex knew. I think deep down inside, because I think also Alex was gay. So it was safe for them.
Yeah.
But like her junior year, she was still feminine and she wore a dress. When she came out to me and she got the acceptance, then she went to her senior prom with a girl wearing a suit. And the transformation of seeing her be who she was,
Yeah.
you know, that she had struggled with for so long was worth anything, because I saw her struggle her whole life trying to figure out what is wrong with me. Why am I like this? Why am I not like my friends? Why am I so masculine? I'm so good at sports. And it's like, you know, I so hard one to say there's nothing wrong with you, but it wasn't my place. She had to find that on her own, and I'm glad she did.
Your daughter sounds just like mine. She went to her prom in a nice, bright purple suit. Her date, I made her a corsage and everything, and she absolutely loved it.
You guys are such amazing moms. Like, so many moms. Like with David's mom, he was the 18th child, and they had 19. They wanted a girl, and their 19 was finally a girl. So real old school. And when he came out, she completely never spoke a word to him again.
Oh.
And yes. And so when I hear you guys talk about your daughters, it's really heartwarming, because to see the pain. I mean, he worshiped his parents, and he lost like 14 of his siblings, never spoke to him again.
I'm sorry to cut you off, that makes me sad.
Yeah. You guys are so proud, and that's the way parents should be. Whether you're gay, straight, gonna marry interracial, dating, whatever,
transgender, it doesn't matter. They're still your child.
That's right.
And I will say that my daughter's wedding that we went to in May, and I know I haven't posted a lot of pictures, and the reason being is my daughter and her wife are pretty private people, especially when it comes to social media. So out of respect to them, I don't post a lot of photos of them because they're private. But it was my daughter who's gay, and she married her bestest friend Rachel, and I couldn't have been. It was like the proudest moment of my life.
It was beautiful.
It was. But I will tell you, I think the thing that killed me the most was between 17 and 19, when her friends were coming out to their family members and seeing so many of her friends become suicidal or have their family totally disown them. How can you disown a child over being gay? How? I don't understand that. I will never understand that. If I could, I would adopt every child in the world. I've already adopted Kierra, but seriously,
I adopted Maddie.
And I have Theresa. They're my kids now, but I would, because I'm just a mother bear. I hate it when I hear somebody tell me that my mom disowned me or my dad disowned me. So how dare you? If that's the worst thing that your kid does in life, the worst thing, who gives a shit? If they're happy and they're being who they are authentically.
Yeah, they're productive members of society. They're not breaking the law. They're not killing people, running around. You know, it's like, really, what are they doing? Who is it hurting?
And I do want to say one quick. Go ahead.
I think as a parent, you need to look at it this way. Are you the one having sex with that person? Does it really matter?
No.
They bleed red just like we do. So why does it matter who they love?
And as Larry just said, they're not hurting anybody. So what does it matter?
Right.
But I do want to say one thing before. I have one piece of news article that I want to read, and then I'm going to bring Kierra and Theresa and Maddie on because they've been waiting patiently backstage. But one quick thing, I did have a pretty big kerfuffle in my group yesterday, trucker safety info. So I want to set the record straight. When I was advertising this show all week, I was not trying to bring politics into it, trying to change your viewpoint on the subject. I was simply trying to promote a show like I have done every Saturday for the last 2.5 years. Unfortunately, a lot of the drivers and spouses and RV members took that as an attack on me. I won't put up with that, period. I will never try to change your viewpoint or your stance or your beliefs. But I'll be goddamn if you're going to send me threats like I had to put up with yesterday, because you won't change my opinions either. It was just simple. You don't want to watch the show? Don't watch the show.
Then don't watch it.
Simple.
Anyway. There's no reason for hatred. There's no reason for people to downgrade you because you're doing that. there is LGBTQ plus is in the trucking industry, so it was relative to what you were doing.
Yep. And I think what shocked me the most is a lot of them have been friends with me for a long time, and the way that they personally attacked me, I was shocked. So, but anyway, on to brighter things before we get them on here. I want to remind everybody that come July 10th and 16th, we're having another DOT Blitz. This one's going to be called Operation Safe Driver Week. I will be putting the link up after the show. I forgot to do that, and I apologize. But they're looking at 7 things, so I just kind of want to give all my drivers a heads up. So again, July 10th through the 16th, this is going to affect both U.S., Canada, and Mexico, so all 3 countries. The purpose of this mainly is for them to help reduce crashes, of course, where commercial vehicles have been involved. And they're also going to be looking at distracted driving and speeding. So here's some of the things we need to look at. And they're also targeting both commercial vehicles and passenger vehicles. So it's not just commercial vehicles. So those of you who text in your cars, I don't think I'd be doing that.
I wouldn't be either right now, or having them with no hands-free device. Watch
and
out.
they hold it up right here for everybody to see. Even
Yes.
truckers.
$20,
hold it right
$20, you can get a hands-free device and maybe save a life or 2. Just saying.
Yep.
Anyway, so they're looking at the emphasis on speeding. Oh, Cindy Mendola said, that's what I was going to say. If you didn't like it, don't watch it, turn it off, or go somewhere else. Mind your own business. We're not doing anything wrong. I love you, Cindy.
Love you, babe.
Okay, so they're looking at emphasis on speeding, distracted driving, following too closely, which I know a lot of truck drivers do. Don't. It's dangerous. Improper lane changes, drunk or drug driving. Last year, they pulled over 28,148 commercial vehicles. Out of those got pulled over 10,000 were cited with some type of citation.
And my goodness.
And they pulled over 17,910 passenger vehicles. And out of those, over 8,700 passenger vehicles had some type of citation. So again, you should be practicing safe driving every single day, but maybe be especially precautious July 10th through the 16th. Just saying.
Hi, Patricia.
Yes. All right. Let's get our guest in here. I'm so sorry this is taking so long. Let's see here. Let's do Kierra and Theresa. And then we're going to get gorgeous Maddie in here. Hey, ladies. How's everybody doing?
Hello.
Really good. Hello.
Okay, Kierra and Theresa, that's so cute how you guys look like you're practically sitting on each other's laps.
We pretty much are, because I have to lean over.
I love it.
So, hey, Maddie. Okay, I love your glasses.
Thank you.
I told you. Aren't they adorable?
Yes.
She got them at Walmart of all places.
I think all 3 of them are adorable.
I know.
Those are 3 cute girls right there.
Larry just said those are 3 cute girls right there.
Right?
Thanks, Dad.
He heard you. Okay, so
You're welcome, my sweet daughter.
he said, "You're welcome, my sweet daughter." He's handling all my comments tonight. So Kierra and Theresa, I was gonna Jamie Barnes said, I also have a lesbian daughter and a lesbian niece. Yeah, Jamie, actually we were talking about that the other day.
That's awesome.
And
They are, aren't they, Pamela? They are beautiful.
Pamela said you ladies are beautiful.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna we'll let Maddie go first. So Maddie, you want to kind of introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about you, and just so everybody knows, Kierra and Maddie both are truck drivers, and Theresa is, what are we calling you now, Lori? Because we don't want to say seat warmer anymore, because I think that's degrading.
Trucker. She's just a trucker.
Oh, we're a trucker.
Because she works as hard as Kierra does.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
On flatbed. Kierra and Theresa do flatbed, not how do any women do it. I
No, she's a driver
bow
support
to
engineer.
them.
I love that.
That's hard work.
I'm sorry. My peanut gallery over here says no. Me and Theresa are driver support engineers.
Okay, I like that too.
Whatever works. We both get
Well,
our
tell us
hands
about
dirty.
you,
That's what
Maddie.
matters.
What's that?
Tell us a little bit about you. How'd you get into the industry? Your transition? Fill us in like we don't know you.
Yeah, so I'm Maddie. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm 24 years old. I started driving, let's see,
Can you guys hear?
Little soft.
Maddie,
little
can you
soft.
speak louder?
Yeah, okay. Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. I started driving, let's see, November of 2019. Um, I've been around a little, here and there. Drove a glider for about a year and had the coloring book and everything. It was it was good, but there was something I missed about Prime Ink for some crazy reason. So I'm back. I'm driving reefer, pulling reefer now. I transitioned. Let's see.
Maddie,
I've known. Yeah. What's up?
can you speak any louder, honey, so everybody can hear you?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't.
We know you can get louder, Maddie.
That's
She's gonna
okay.
reach to that
Is that
phone
better?
and smack you.
I don't know. I feel like maybe I don't know because I'm yelling pretty bad. All right.
I can hear her.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. Let's crank that up.
Larry said he
Is
can
that
hear
better?
you too.
Good.
Yeah, you're good.
Alrighty. So yeah. Let's see. Shoot. I have a terrible memory.
Your transition, you started it.
You started your transition when?
December 27th of 2020.
There you go.
That's when I officially started hormone replacement therapy. And I did injections. So I do injections in the thigh, and I actually just got switched over and put on pills today. So yeah, I just picked up the script for that. Got tired of
Congrats.
my thighs being pin cushions. So
Yes.
so yeah, I think that kind of, I don't know.
What made you decide to go to trucking? Did you always want to be a truck driver, or what made your decision to be like, I think trucking's for me?
So it's actually really funny. My dad was a truck driver, and big truck was actually my first word. Riding with him was I was so happy. I always wanted to go on the big truck, and yeah, it was my first word. I mean, I've always loved it, and yeah, I'm so happy, to be able to do this and make a living.
Now
So
tell us about your family. You're not
yes.
alone in the truck.
Yeah, so on the truck with me, I have my fiance, Maliha, and my son. He's almost 3. He'll be 3 next month. And yeah, they've been on the truck with me ever since I came back to Prime. So they have really good passenger benefits for lease operators. So yeah,
That's
they're allowed to
good.
come with me. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
happy early birthday to your son.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now you were still living as a man when you and Malia met, correct?
Yeah, yeah. We've been together for 5 years now. We met, and I actually told her really early on, and she took it really well. But neither of us really thought that I would be able to do this. And let's see, yeah, around the end of 2020, I made the decision, and it was the best thing I've ever done. Before I don't know, I wasn't happy. Like even on my brightest days, I wasn't happy. I had this front that I always carried with me, and just kind of yeah.
Now, has your family been accepting?
So yeah, everybody I know really has been really accepting. Family has been really good. Um, my mom, I don't really talk to her anymore, unfortunately. My dad had a stroke a couple of years ago, and it was a really bad one, unfortunately.
I'm
Um,
sorry.
yeah, he still like he can't really talk. He's still with us, thank goodness, and he's actually got a big surgery planned uh, to hopefully allow him to start eating again
I'm
next
so
month.
sorry.
Oh yeah, yeah. My parents they actually split up sadly whenever like about a year after he had that. Um,
Oh,
Yeah, so that was really tough, but he above anyone has been just the most accepting of me and just loves me with every part of his heart, and it's really awesome. I'm so happy to, still have him here and everything. Like
yeah.
Were you
he's always
scared to
been.
tell him to
I
talk to them?
was I was I was so scared, and it was like primarily him. Like I was just really afraid of like disappointing him. And that's really been the thing that's kept me from doing this all these years. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
I was going to ask you because I know you and Kierra actually met at a truck stop, which I thought was pretty darn cool. But since you've started the transitioning, have you had, okay, I'm asking you a question that I already know the answer to,
yeah.
but have you had any problems from other truckers?
Oh yeah. Not necessarily pertaining to me as a trans individual, but um, I have had issues that we ladies face out here on the road, and yeah, that's been very real to me. Something that I really never considered this much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the hardest part because when I first came a trucker, I actually was attacked in a rest area, and it was by a homeless gentleman. And I do know what happened to you a few weeks ago. And my first thought process was like, Terry, I wanted to wrap my arms around you, be Mother Bear, and be like, Jiminy Christmas, you know? But yeah, I mean, that's the thing you don't think of. A lot of us women have to put up with, and unfortunately, you've seen that. We do have a comment from Patricia. She said, I think you cannot be unhappy all of your life, that you need to do what is good for you. And if you feel like it is what you want to do and you are comfortable with yourself, that is what you need to do. I am a firm believer that you have to live for you.
Oh yeah.
Very well said.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bravo.
Well, Kierra and Theresa, I'm going to let you guys introduce yourself because we all know you, but I want to give you guys an opportunity to introduce yourself.
You want me to go first? Yeah. Okay. Hi, I'm Theresa. I am originally from Mesa, Arizona. So the cold up here is kind of foreign to me. I came on with Kierra to do flatbed in last October, and I've learned so much being on the road. I love being on the road. There's been challenges along the way, definitely. But I'm just so happy to be here and so excited that I get to have met you guys and with her, and our journey together has just been incredible.
Well, everyone should know me. God knows I'm loud enough, and I'm one of the very few trans people that you will meet that I'm not scared to take my hair off and show you who I really am, because well, my transition started very violently almost in December of 2020, just like Maddie. It's actually something that kind of bonded us. My transition started 3 days before hers. I tried to come out when I was 13 to my mother, and since we're keeping it PG, I'm not gonna go into details with what she said to me. But safe to say it was enough for me to attempt suicide. When that failed, I decided to basically live my life how everyone else wanted, and it was followed by the worst 20 years that you could ever expect to live. Basically, I felt like I was going through the motions, and that everyone who said they cared about me or anything else cared more about the fake me, to a point where I even worked on growing a beard so long that it would hide anything on my face so that I could have a mask. December 23rd of 2020, I finally couldn't handle it anymore, and I put a loaded gun against my head. Thankfully, I was stopped right before I finished squeezing the trigger, and I keep the thing that stopped me right here in the truck with me, because that's my son. That picture, this exact picture, was on the wall at my house, and I saw it and realized that I couldn't do it. And when I put the gun down, I had to start thinking about, why did I hit myself so much? And then I realized for the last 20 years, I wasn't myself. So that night is when I started my transition. And unlike Maddie, I didn't start my hormones right away. So I started very slowly. I didn't start my hormones until August of last year. But so for me, it was learning all about how to be comfortable with myself. And any trans woman can tell you, they go through the initiation, as I was told it's called, being burned by Nair. Mine was so terrible. Actually, Theresa was on a call with me because we were best friends at that point. When it happened, I ended up with 3rd-degree chemical burns from my nose down to my waist.
Oh, wow.
To the point where I couldn't wear shirts. I couldn't do anything. And so it's been kind of rough. So it's, for me, I don't, a lot of people misunderstand it. I don't wear the wig that I wear and the makeup and everything that I wear because I want people to see me as female. Those are all things that I wear so that I'm comfortable with myself. And I think I can speak for Maddie too. It's not a matter of how people perceive us. It's about how we perceive ourselves, and being okay with trying to make our biology match our physiology. And so when you see a trans person, you might want to think something bad about them, but I can guarantee you they say worse things to themselves every day than you could ever say to them. Teresa's been here for some of my dysphoric episodes. It's been at the point where she's had to take razors out of my hand because I was going to try and shave my face when I just shaved it, but I could still see hair, even though it wasn't there. We struggle a lot, especially on the road. Females in general, being truck drivers, struggle like crazy on the road anyway, because there's a lot of chauvinistic drivers out there that don't think women should do it. Mm-hmm. But being a transgender woman on the road, you struggle with it even more because and I can guarantee you, Maddie's, if she's not been called this, she's thought that somebody was saying this about her. But I do live streams on a social media app every morning, and without a doubt, you can set a clock by it. There's at least one person who comes in and calls me a lot lizard. They make references to movies, and it's one of those things where I've learned to brush it all off, mainly because of this woman, but and because of people like all of you who help support us. But the thing is, being transgender, It's not a fad. It's not a fashion. In all honesty, I will say this, and I will probably get a lot of trans people that might get mad at me for it. Being transgender is a curse. It's not a gift. It's not something great. It's not something to go on and be like, oh, I'm trans. Everyone cheer for me. It's a legitimate curse. And if I could get rid of it tomorrow, I would do it in a heartbeat. Like, there's not even a question. It is one of the worst things I would never wish on anyone, because you literally, it doesn't matter how feminine you look. And I know this, Maddie feels this way because we've talked about it. No matter how female everyone tells you look, when you look in the mirror, if you see one stray hair, if you hear your voice crack one time, you immediately think that everyone can see that one tiny little flaw, even though it's completely unheard of that somebody would be looking that close.
So you feel trapped.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's tons of times where I could sit there and tell her all day how beautiful she is, how gorgeous she is, you know, that she looks fine. You know, she's constantly checking herself. She's constantly making sure that she's okay. And so I still try to, you know, tell her all that, but it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. For us, we see the whole picture of her. For her, she only sees fragments and pieces. And so it's like she doesn't see the whole beauty of her. She just sees this piece or that piece, and she focuses on that piece. So she doesn't see it the same way that we do, and that's kind of what dysphoria is.
Yep.
And that is the biggest thing, and people don't realize that the dysphoria and the dysmorphia are actually a mental condition. Mm-hmm. And that's something that people don't seem to understand. And what they found is that the cure for that, in a sense, is for them to change their looks and their.
Can you all see her?
Yeah. Is that TJ?
That is.
She's a goof. I've got a couple of comments here. Cindy Bedole said, when I came out to be a lesbian, I didn't want to tell my family, and my family that I did. I found out that my mom told my aunt, hold on. I lost it. There we go. Told me that my aunt is a lesbian and my other aunt's daughter is also a lesbian.
Rock on.
And Idella, I know you guys probably don't know who Idella is, but I want to tell you guys who Idella is real quick before I read her. She has 2 comments. Idella is like a legend in the trekking community. She has been driving over 50 years. She's a member of Real Women in Trekking, and she is the kindest woman you will ever meet.
We have such respect for that. Like the older generation, the women that paved the way, like TJ and her, we're in awe.
Yes. I was in awe when I met her in Vegas. She's just as down to earth and genuine as you can get. But her comment said, my BFF has gotten to the olenectomy. Family issues are a tough part of her family and are vicious and hurt her badly at the death of her daughter. They did not even allow her to attend. Her sister, who has become a friend, said it was easy for her to accept, but difficult for her to go from having a brother for 45 years to a sister. But both have become my rocks. And then she also said, it's kind of rough, I think, that you are underplaying it. Words can't describe what you guys have been through.
And I don't talk about it a lot because, you know, I haven't talked about half of what, you know, I've gone through in my past because of it. You know, Theresa knows a lot of it. And, you know, I know the incident that happened to Maddie. We've talked about it quite a bit. I guess for me, the big thing is you can't really look at somebody and say, oh, so you're like this. So that means you're this way. It doesn't matter if you're LGBTQ or not. It's all around, you know, you shouldn't judge somebody because in my eyes, judgment, when you look at somebody, is is a form of hatred in reality. And the thing is, you can't go around talking to people in a manner that spews hate. And then right in the same side as that, you can't go around and fight that hate with more hate because it'll never win. You know, that's why one of our big things is it doesn't matter who you are. If you come at me, try to tell me something bad about myself or whatever, I'm not going to come at you with hate. I'm either going to completely dismiss you from whatever it is, like either walk away, or if I'm in a live stream, block you or whatever, or more common is I'm going to talk with you and I'm going to try and figure out, why do you feel this way? What happened to you in your life that caused you to hate people so with such a passion that you feel the need to throw comments at them or say something to them or go out of your way to make their life worse? I want to find out why.
City Middle said it is hard for her, but she has a lot of people that says that she's beautiful. Don't listen to your other people. They say that you're not, because when they call you names, they're calling themselves names. You are beautiful and you always will be, lady. Don't let them tear you down.
Maddie, do you mind if I ask you a question? Do you feel the same way Kierra does with feeling trapped, or?
So for me,
do you go through like
personally,
the same things?
So yeah, pretty much everything is the same. Like it's shoot. For me, gosh, I don't know. It's difficult. Sometimes it's easier than others, I guess. But yeah, it's something that I I don't know.
It's a struggle.
Yeah. Sorry, I
It's
blanked
okay.
out, and yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Patricia says, I see beautiful people here. I don't know where I get it from, but I accept everyone as they are. I always feel that people need to chill. If you don't like what people are doing, it's not your beeswax. And I agree with Theresa on what she is saying. Sorry. Can't read the rest of it. What she's saying, but she doesn't see how lovely that she is, and your personality is amazing. Ladies, continue to be you. There are so many of us that support you.
Can I say that means the world?
It means a lot. Yeah.
Knowing that there are people who look at me, and I've actually changed shirts 3 times just for this live. Now this one I put on specifically because it means a huge amount to me. This shirt is probably one of my most precious shirts that I have, because about 3 hours ago I did not own this shirt. This shirt was given to me by a certain amazing, terrific individual. I don't know that we need to name names or anything. But this amazing individual who we ended up buying dinner for, and fudge, and lunch tomorrow.
That way. Granny.
I don't know how to point to that way, but
I'm not sure where anybody is, so I'm like, that way.
There you go, right there.
That way.
Before I forget, guys, can you do me a favor? And Maddie, I apologize. I don't know if you have a TikTok account, but if you have one, or Facebook page, can you guys? We'll start with Kierra, and we'll go Kierra, Theresa, Maddie. Promote whatever you guys have, your TikToks, Facebook, or whatever, because I want to make sure people get a chance that they can follow you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so mine is Pink Phoenix, which is my CB handle. But my my TikTok is pink_Phoenix_. I had to do it that way apparently, but your TikTok?
Oh, my TikTok is Gypsy Turtle 1, but we also have a page together
because we started something new. We were so inspired by these wonderful ladies, these hosts, these gorgeous, just I mean,
inspirational
queens up here. We were so inspired by them that we took it to the next level. And I'm sorry, Maddie, I cut you off for sharing your stuff real quick, but I got to tell the story because so everyone knows the worst thing you can do in a truck is, well, one of the worst things you can do at a truck stop is park in the fuel island. And unfortunately, I will claim my responsibility on this. We ended up having an incident where we both had to go to the bathroom, and it was full. So there was not many people there. So we pulled through an empty spot, parked ahead so somebody could still fuel behind us. Went in to go use the bathroom and found out that they were closed and they were sharing the shower bathroom. So, we both go into one. She does her thing. I do my thing. We get out, get our coffee, get back to the truck. Unfortunately, it took half an hour. I claimed my responsibility. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. So when we got back in the truck and got ready to leave, I hear somebody come over the CB and said, "Hey, what do you call 2 dykes pulling a flatbed? 30 minutes at the fuel island." And I wanted to slam the guy on the CB, but I couldn't because I was in the wrong.
Yeah, we were guilty.
So I accepted it. But when we left, I looked at her and said, "You know what? Instead of getting mad or upset or hurt by this, let's use this." And so we started the diesel dykes. And we spell it with an I, not a Y, because if you spell it with a Y, that's considered derogatory. So we spelled it diesel dykes with an I. We just started a Facebook page on it, and we have a TikTok.
Yeah, so it's the hashtag is the Diesel Dykes on TikTok.
If you Google, if you go on TikTok and search for the Diesel Dykes, our account will come up. And our Diesel Dykes account mainly deals with trucking. We keep all of our trucking content on there, and then we both post other stuff on our accounts.
And I will post all that after the show also, guys.
Yeah.
And I was just going to say, in fact, I posted both of their groups on the Divas. So you might need to scroll down some to find their groups, but they are there.
And so we have the Diesel Dykes together, but the one that I just started that they were just talking about is Brace the Rainbow. And like they said, it's for individuals. We get a lot of people who come to us who say, "I want to say something, but I'm afraid to say it because I'm afraid of offending you." And we get approached with that a lot, or just to simply ask, "Hey, are you transgender?" And they're very supportive of being transgender. So we get that question a lot. And then they're also afraid to ask the question with other people because they've had experiences where transgender individuals have attacked them just for asking a simple question. So I created Brace the Rainbow for those specifically individuals who are very supportive of the alphabet mafia, we like to call it.
Well, saying LGBTQ plus is like a mouthful. So
IA.
Yeah.
It's funly termed alphabet mafia, and it's there that we support those individuals that have supported their family members, friends, or just people that simply want to learn more about the transgender and the alphabet community.
Very cool. All right, Maddie, do you have social media to promote?
Yeah, so I actually just started my TikTok after some pushing from this one. So I just started a couple days officially, but it's Trucker Maddie, no spaces. You can search it on there.
If you add her, make sure if she adds you back, make sure you send her a message and tell her to post more videos. Because I will let everyone in on a secret. Maddie here, and this is something I've been pushing her to do. Maddie here, despite what numerous people have told her, does not like the sound of her voice. And Maddie here does not think that she looks super feminine a lot of times and is very self-conscious. But Maddie is the one that pushed me to get rid of the chest plate and be natural because of how naturally beautiful and feminine she looks and sounds. Now, personally, I would love to see 50 comments come through here saying how beautiful Maddie is. And
Larry just told me. Yeah, Larry told me to tell you, Maddie. He just said it not 2 seconds ago. He said, Maddie, you are so beautiful.
I showed Paul, my husband, their pictures, and he said the exact same thing. He did not believe me when I said they were transgender.
Yeah.
No, Maddie,
Thank you so much.
I want to say something, Kierra. When you were talking about, there's Peanut.
Even Peanut says that Maddie is pretty.
Yes.
You know, and Theresa, you were saying, asking questions. I want to tell our listeners, I haven't even told Angela and Lori this, I don't think. I was speaking to the ladies one night, and I asked them, like, I'm ignorant, and I asked them a very personal question, you know, what they still had. Both ladies had no problem explaining procedures and things like that. And it was just like, you know, it's hard to ask those questions, but yes. I want to support them as much as I can. And I felt so stupid. I did not know a lot of the things. And they were so kind and willing and open to talk. And that's what I think a lot of people misunderstand. They think that they won't talk to you about it.
Yep.
They were both so open that I was godsmacked. I was just like, yes, you're right, Idella. Maddie is super feminine.
See,
but
Maddie?
I just can't thank you enough, ladies, for educating me and continuing every day that our friendship grows. I'm getting an education, or as I say, an education. And they're wonderful.
Patricia said, that's why I said beautiful people here, and that includes you, Maddie.
See?
Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Well, I left a comment on Maddie's TikTok just the other, or was it? Yeah, it was yesterday, wasn't it? And saying how beautiful you were, and I'm super proud of you.
She's a hottie toddy. I'm telling you.
And when Lori showed you all to me, so this is James. When Lori showed you all to me, I didn't believe that you were trans, and I just said, "Damn!"
That's what Paul said, James. Same thing. He was like, "I thought you were showing me transgender females." I'm like, "I did." No, you didn't. You sent me the wrong pictures. He said you sent me the wrong pictures. That's what he said.
So I wanted to say a couple things, and I think Kierra knows this, but Maddie, you and I don't know each other real well. But this is something Lori and I have discussed. And the one thing I wanted to say to the three of you, and Terry and I discussed this today, we are your mama bears, whether you like it or not. We are going to protect you girls, because I told Kierra from day one that she was like my adopted daughter, and Teresa's just a bonus. And Maddie, I feel the same about you. Although
no, I
Terry's
get Maddie. I adopted.
I was just gonna say Terry gets Maddie. I know.
She's mine.
I feel like they're fighting over.
So do we need to set up custody arrangements here?
No, Lori, I'll share with Lori, but Angie already has 2 daughters. Lori and we can share custody of Maddie. So
Larry said he'll be the brawn to protect you guys.
Well, wait, now you got James here too. So
you have to tell Larry. Oh, sorry, what's your stuff? You have to tell Larry if he's going to protect us, he's going to be bigger than that.
I was telling Terry today, I'm like, when I first met Kierra and Theresa, I said, she gave me the biggest bear hug. I said, I warned Terry, I'm like, she's going to give you the best bear hug.
She did.
She is so strong.
We dropped my trailer to go out to get something to eat. And she just walked back there and she went like this on my dollies. And she's like,
Kierra, can I tell
like
them?
it was a straw.
Can I tell them the nickname I have for you now because of that picture?
Go ahead.
So Kierra is now my lumberjack.
Yes, I love that.
Lori, did you see when the other day when Theresa showed?
I'm going to step back here.
Kierra grabbed a 150-pound tarp and threw it on her shoulder like it was a burrito. Just, and she was gone.
I'm going to step back here for a second and change my shirt. I'll be right back.
She's amazing and unbelievable strength in that woman.
Yes.
Mentally, physically.
Idella says, remind everyone that I wear a 357 as part of my job, and I put up with nothing.
I don't know if you could see it.
There it is. There it is. That's why she's the lumberjack. Oh, I'm sorry. James told me to say lumberjill.
Lumberjane or Jill. Yeah.
I actually refer to her as Lumberjane.
Yep.
Okay, that's funny. And Angela
Maddie,
says, you're all beautiful women.
Maddie, I don't think any of us can understand how you don't see your beauty. In all seriousness.
No, I do.
It saddens me that, like, Ange and Lori and I have all talked about this. It saddens us so bad that we see your beauty and you can't. It's heartbreaking for us that love you.
No, it's not.
You are so beautiful inside and out, Maddie.
Thank you so much.
This is, so you guys were talking about body dysmorphia, and I can relate a little bit to this. I'm sure Terry can too.
Yep.
Totally different from what you guys have been through. But Terry and I lost a lot of weight very quickly. And I kind of went through the body dysmorphia thing where I would look in the mirror and still see a 400-pound woman where I was a 180-pound woman.
Yep.
I didn't recognize the person in the mirror for almost a year, and it scared the living bejesus out of me. So I understand the body dysmorphia to a certain extent, not as badly as what you guys go through. Is that the shirt you had on earlier?
That top.
Isn't that cute?
That is so cute.
Ange, I don't know about you, but I still look like I look at clothes and I'll go to the 6X.
Me too.
Just without thinking.
I think that as cisgender women, which are those who are born as the same gender, we all suffer from some kind of body dysmorphia. Because each one, like for me, like just yesterday, I went to try on a pair of shorts, and I went into the dressing room. I thought that they were too big. Turns out they were too small. And I came out of the dressing room almost crying because I can't tell how big I am or small I am. And it's really difficult. So she's like, we're not doing this today. No, we're shopping. You're not doing this today. And so she's like, I don't want you to look at the size. Just we're going to pick out a couple pairs of shorts and just put them on. And she told me, she says, if I wear them without complaining about what size they are, then she'd wear the...
Don't say what it is yet. Would you guys like me, just for this stream, to go put on what it is that I told her that I would get and wear?
Yes, say yes, ladies. Say yes.
Please. Please.
I'll be right back. This is a big deal for me because I couldn't wear them in public earlier.
And what you were talking about, dysmorphia, Matt, go change, Kierra. You know how I always, and everybody that watches us knows, I always talk about the pebble pouch versus the boulder holder. I don't think Maddie and Kierra and Theresa know, but when my husband was on the truck with me, I took my bra off one night and I said, I'll get rid of that boulder holder. And he looked at me and he said, honey, I love you, but yours is more like a pebble pouch than a boulder holder. So today, or the other night, I was talking with Theresa and Kierra and Maddie. Thank you, Lit. And Cassandra, by the way, said, Maddie, you are very beautiful.
Yes.
And they had a beautiful crystal on their dash. So I got to tell you a little bit about Angela. So today, when they came to meet me, Lori, you're going to love this. Theresa and Kierra gave me a piece of their beautiful little crystal. And I said, I'll keep it in my pocket or in my bra for good luck every day.
Your pebble pouch.
So Angie says, well, now you have a real pebble for your pebble pouch.
Oh, I didn't hear that. That's funny.
That's what Angie says. I've been sitting here like going like this with it. So talking about boobs, I always, I wish I had some instead of my cheeks hurt so bad. And all the ladies, it's like body dysmorphia, like you were saying, Theresa, where to me they're like fat.
Yeah.
they're not quite that, but in my mind, I see no chest. I cannot. And I make a lot of jokes about it, as you ladies know. But in reality, you're right, Theresa. It is all of us cisgenders. We, in some form or fashion, there is something in our mind that is tweaked a little bit when it comes to looking in a mirror and seeing
our own bodies. Yeah, we're never happy. We're never really happy with what we really have. You know, if somebody has curly hair, they want straight hair. If somebody wants, you know.
Yeah, and you know, I look in a mirror and I still see like the fattest woman in the country. When I look in a mirror, like I am the fattest, ugliest woman. And you know, I think all of us are our worst critics. So we will see the worst of what we have, the flaws. Those are going to come through before anything. And one of the things that I love about, you know, Maddie and Kierra is, and I told her that, yeah, we are, Idella, our own worst critics. One of the things I love about those two ladies is as I've gotten to know them, I told Maddie this today, they seem to, you know how we'll take our feminine things for granted, like boobs or whatever. We just, you know, we've always had them. We take them for granted if they're there. Where you look at Maddie and Kierra, and Kierra loves to play with her boobs. She loves, as they're growing, she is so proud of her boobies.
She does.
It is adorable because she has every right to be.
Absolutely.
What touches me is that neither one of those ladies take their feminine attributes for granted like the rest of us do. Every day we do.
Yeah.
You know, we take our boobs or our, you know, our eyebrows or whatever, our lips, whatever it is that, you know, and here these ladies cherish I'm with you, Cassandra, every single touch of femininity. They worship and cherish, and I love that about them. They embrace what we don't like because we've had our whole life, and they would kill to have what we have, and I don't think we give them. You know, I don't know. I'm rambling, but you ladies know.
And it's something that we should be celebrating because with them as well. Yeah. Because honestly, when a lot of people would be hearing these things that they're going through excitedly over and over again. Just a minute, honey. And
thank you.
And
oh shit.
Do you guys know what she's wearing, Angie?
Yeah. Come out, honey.
The kahunas on this one.
That's what she's wearing. I almost bought those. They're so cute. Look at that.
Look at you. Oh my goodness.
Is that not the cutest?
Can I just say you look pretty dang sexy? Sorry, but you know.
I would not have the guts to wear that. And so hats off.
I looked at them and I almost bought them, but I couldn't pull the trigger. I was like, oh, my stomach will look too fat in them.
Lori Leach says she loves them, Kierra.
Yes.
I love them.
Patricia said the same thing.
And Lori,
can I just shout out that shirt?
Yes.
It's Hey Arnold. I don't know if any of you guys grew up with it. I grew up with Hey Arnold.
Yes.
It's a cartoon. The only reason I put this one on is because I couldn't find the Tom and Jerry one.
But the purple looks super cute.
Angela, you're right. Cassandra is beautiful. And everybody's saying they love your bibs, Kierra.
Yes.
And Cassandra, you are beautiful.
I was 300 and I lost a lot of weight from being out here on the road, and I still have, and Angie knows I've been buying clothes left and right because I'm losing weight like you wouldn't believe. But my problem is because I'm so damn short, I step on everything. Ask Angie. I just bought a dress the other day and I was stepping on the bloody thing. I'm like, ah.
Yeah,
but I think you should always be shorter than me.
I understand that pain. Typically,
a lot of pants are too short for me.
Yeah.
Capris turned into pants for me.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Sydney Medole said, Mobile. Okay, so before I read Cindy, sometimes her comments don't come out exactly right, and the reason being is she uses voice to text because Cindy has a seam problem. That's how her and I communicate all the time. So sometimes when she puts stuff up here, it may not make sense to you, but we understand it. So it says Momo. She has a small chest, and I have one large dead one. And one is kind of flat because of the surgery. I love her. And then Cindy McDowell said, and yes, she is very sexy.
Yes, she is. She is very sexy.
And on app said she loves the overalls.
Yes.
They're adorable.
Yeah.
So that was the deal. If I didn't complain about my size short, she would get those. And so I had to. So we push each other quite a bit.
Oh, I want to say this too. I can hear everything back there. So I could hear Miss Granny talking about her body. I have seen her in person, and I can personally attest she ain't that damn big. Excuse my language.
No, she's not, and she puts herself down all the time, and I hate it.
She's drop dead gorgeous.
Yes,
she is so gorgeous and so amazing, just like all three of you ladies. Now I've met 2 of the 3, and hopefully I'm meeting the 3rd this weekend.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that'll be amazing.
Hey, I can do this now.
Yeah.
You know what we need?
Call her Farmer
What we
Kierra.
need to do, we all need to get together and go shopping.
Yes.
We
And
do.
get her nails done.
No, we'll have to babysit Maddie though, because she likes to go to like Coach, Michael Kors.
Yeah, a certain somebody has a shopping
the
problem.
places I one day want to be able to go into. I don't even have enough money that they won't let me walk in the door. So we have to babysit Maddie. They got a sign that says "Granny not allowed."
Maddie, welcome. Granny, stay outside.
Maddie, Angela says she loves your glasses.
Yes.
Thank you.
I know I want to steal them.
I just got them today.
They're so cute.
James said no, and I bet it's to shopping. I bet
Yeah,
you that's
no
what he's
shopping.
saying to.
Here's the deal.
Yep.
If we go
Not
shopping,
shopping.
you are not allowed to gang up on me because I already know all of you are going to be like, buy her this, buy her that. No. Like, I can see me running through the mall and all 3 of them chasing, come here and try this on.
Kind of like you insisting on buying dinner tonight.
Hey, it's not my fault you weren't quick enough.
Well, you know, we did take you all on as daughters, so we get to spoil ya.
Yeah.
Hey.
Kierra, did I tell you I got in trouble the other day on Facebook because of you?
I did nothing. I'm innocent until I figure out what the charges are.
So Maddie made a comment about how special you were, and then you made that comment about, oh, I'm not that special. And so I came on there and I said, girl, if I had said that, I said, you get so mad at me. And then I said that I would whoop your butt. And Facebook tried to put me in jail over that.
We're whipping you.
Yes, we're whipping you.
Granny already whipped me like 6 times.
Well,
Also-
I guess I'm going to have to gang up when I meet you and do the same thing.
You will, because she loves to bend it. She loves to show it. So just smack the dickens out of it.
Yes.
Look at that.
We're in the restaurant, and it was so funny. And those ladies didn't see it, but I did. The way they were on one side and I was on the other. And she bent over the table, and I just walloped her one. And there was this lady over on the other table, and she's like,
What are you doing over there?
I just smiled at her and waved. And that was it.
I do want to say one of the things that, okay, so the way I found out about Kierra was actually through Lori, because Lori had been watching her TikToks, and then Lori introduced me to her TikTok, and I sat in the background for a few weeks, and I really watched her TikToks, and I've already talked to Kierra about this, but I like immediately felt like a mother-daughter connection to her, and I knew I had to meet her. I just knew. And so, but the one thing I will tell you what I love the most about Kierra and Theresa, first of all, Kierra is super brave because every morning on TikTok, she will go on there and show you what she looks like with no makeup on, no anything. And she shows you the process of what it takes for her every single day to get ready.
Angela, I cried the other
See
day
what
when
that
I saw her
is.
TikTok. I saw
Now you
that.
tell
I
me that's
cried.
not brave.
That's what you see on her morning TikToks.
Yeah. And that made me cry when I saw that one Ange that you're talking about. I felt like, who am I?
I know. I've already cried twice tonight. I know.
To doubt myself.
I watched Kierra for weeks before I told you anything, Angie, and I would comment little bits here and there, but I just stayed in the background. I stayed quiet, and I just watched, and I watched, and I watched like comments that people would say to her. And finally, I had the balls to talk to her one day, and I'm like, this ain't gonna fly. Not with me.
And it makes us wonder, why do we judge and doubt ourselves and look at the strength on these ladies? Like, who am I to complain when I have it so easy compared to them, and the strength for her to be that vulnerable?
Both of them.
When I'm too embarrassed to go out, and many of you know that I had an accident, had all my teeth knocked out, and wear dentures. I won't walk out in public without my teeth. I'm too embarrassed. But yet this woman completely shows her blank slate. How empowering, absolutely empowering that was for me.
Say this too, for anyone that wants to doubt how amazing these ladies are today, and I know Granny told me to pull it up here, so she knows what I'm about to do. Today, Granny had heard us talking about wanting to do this and get this. As we were helping her unload her truck, she hands this wonderful little device to me, which, if you guys don't know, it's called a pizza pizzazz. She hands it to me and says, "That's for your truck." So she literally gave us that just because she knew that that's something that we would use. So you guys keep saying how much, we influence you and everything else, but you guys are one of the driving forces, along with her and a lot of the other supporters. You guys are the driving force for why I do what I do every day. Because at the end of the day, people like you who are so supportive and so eager to be there and be somebody amazing for people like us, you guys are the reason why I go live every day and I shave on my live, and I let people see the real me every single day. And you can ask her, the first time I did it, the first time I actually did my, where I took my hair off on the live, I did it to prove a point to somebody. When that live was over, I spent an hour and a half crying because I was so incredibly shook by it, because I couldn't handle it. I couldn't see myself. And all that I kept seeing was that picture of myself that you guys have all seen with the beard before my transition.
Yeah.
Kierra, the first time I watched one of your TikToks, I just did my own TikTok where I took all my makeup off, put my hair up, and said, "This is me." The day after I did that, I found you without your wig on or without your makeup on, and I was like, I need to see her. I need to talk to her.
I think anybody that's transgender, and now that I've gotten to know the ladies so well, their strength, and I don't think people realize the strength it takes for them, the process that they go through every morning, and not just the physical process, but everything. When they go out in public, people looking, Kierra just had kind of a weird thing happen at one of her little tiny town. Just everything they go through, the strength that these women have. I don't. I could never do it. I am not strong enough. And I look at these, here's a young 23, 24-year-old Miss Maddie, and then Kierra in her 30s. I'm double that age. I'm old enough to be both of their mothers, really. And I don't have a quarter of the strength that these two women have. I just simply do not. I don't have the strength that Malia and Theresa have. I don't. And I am amazed by you guys every single day. You amaze me.
There's a thing that a stigma there that a lot of people, when they find out that somebody's coming out as transgender, they go, "Are you sure? It's just a phase, isn't it?"
Yeah.
If everybody knew exactly what they go through day in, day out, every little thing that they, put themselves through, to put the, all the things on that they have to put on and everything. No one would question it for a second.
Absolutely.
And by the way, since everyone has been asking, this is what I look like without a hairband.
You look adorable.
Adorable.
James said, actually, we get to see you put the real you together every day.
We do. We do every morning.
And Cassandra Cook said, I'm definitely going to follow you, ladies. You are all beautiful, and I hope one day that I get to meet you all.
That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Idella just had surgery about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago on her knee. And she said, we all have to take care of each other. Now I need somebody to holler at me through PT every day.
Reach out, Idella. Reach out.
And she said, Idella says, but Granny, you are amazing.
Thank you.
And yes, Granny, you are amazing from Kathy Hilton.
Where's my shoes?
Thank you.
Where's my shoes? I don't know. Okay, Granny, you asked for it.
What now, woman?
Hold on, let me get my shoes on. You're in for it.
So this girl, she yells at Theresa for getting in the truck with stuff in her hands. This woman gets in my truck to come back from dinner, and she's got her one hand full of food, and she is so strong. She just grabs that bar and pulls right up, and I'm like, man, I wish I could do that. I'm like,
Larry yells at me all the time about that.
I'm getting my old crippled behind up in the truck, like, oh, ow,
I'll be right back.
Ow. And she just poop, and she's in.
Well,
20 bucks said she's coming too.
What, Lori?
When we meet up, I have a little secret. I can't really say it, but James and Kierra's got something going on, so you'll see that live.
And what do you say, Ann?
Why don't I know about this secret?
I want to know. I'm a nosy old bitch. I want to know.
Well, I'll just tell you this. I'll kind of ruin it. James is going to lose anyway, so it's going to be super funny.
I told you she was coming to you.
Scared the shit out of me.
James got little muscles. He's going to lose.
Oh my God, she's scared me. I was opening my truck door in the middle of this parking lot.
Larry said, TJ, all I have to say to you is, why the hell is your door not locked?
We're sitting in an empty parking lot at a Kenworth dealership.
Mind you, I just walked from my truck to your truck in the middle of an open lot, and these.
And you looking sexy.
And these caused me a lot of fear being in public, but I did it because I heard you say you're not amazing.
Right.
And we don't do that.
Check out this beauty standing next to me.
I know. Both of you.
No. But look at the beauty right here. No. Turn that phone right there. Don't even. You are gorgeous, amazing, and beautiful. And so are you.
There's Murph.
I can barely breathe still.
By the way, it feels really good her not doing that to me right now. It's somebody else's turn. It's kind of fun to watch.
I just want to throw this out real quick before I go back to my truck because my legs are cold.
It's raining and cold here.
Apparently, that dog doesn't kiss anyone.
No.
I've gotten 3 today.
See,
there's something special about you, huh?
Yes, there is.
This woman is amazing, beautiful, sexy, gorgeous. I don't think she's on the market right now, but if she was, man.
I'm not.
You can still flirt with her.
I forgot she was part of
Theresa European.
I completely forgot they're parked here, I'll show you.
Maddie, I can't wait to meet you either.
Oh, I can't wait to meet y'all either. Oh my gosh.
I know, me too.
Oh.
She's amazing. She's an absolute sweetheart.
I want Maddie to give me some fashion advice because I'm 50 years old and I heard from Terry all about your shopping and your fashion advice. So you need to hook a girl up.
And Shell, it's real. Her eyes are absolutely mesmerizing. I was talking to her today about Maddie's eyes. She said she can't stop looking at your eyes, Maddie, that they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And Malia actually pulled up a picture on her phone of Maddie when 3, 2, and Oh my gosh, just as beautiful. These pale, gorgeous blue eyes.
Doing nothing.
She was checking herself out in the truck.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, Granny, Terry, Big Mike said, you're pretty and a sexy woman.
Can I just say, I like being bold and unique and different, but you ladies give me the inspiration to keep doing that.
Oh yeah.
You are amazing, Lori, and
Good.
I love that about you. That colored hair. You and Kierra have a lot in common in that.
Yeah,
I like
really
being
do.
different.
Yep.
Yeah,
I love
Brittany.
being different.
And that's cool. I wish that I could.
Idella says, my eyes have disappeared with old age. I'm noticing that my eyes are starting to lose the color too. Yeah.
Yep.
Age
And
is
it
a state
seems
of
like
mind.
the skin, they're not as open as much. You know, the bags start to. Yep.
Yep. Hey,
But there's a
Patty.
way, there's a makeup way to make that look kind of go away.
Oh, what's
Yeah,
that?
the hooded eyes. Yeah, I've got it
Yeah.
real bad.
The hooded eyes.
Yep.
Did you guys know I have hooded eyes?
No.
No.
I do.
I told you need to give me some eyeshadow tips.
I told you, and I told you I go live every morning and do my makeup.
I
As a
know.
matter of fact, as a special gift for somebody today, I
I
heard
have
a
5
rumor
makeup
that,
on.
I heard a rumor that somebody ran out of foundation, and I went, "Oh, well, we're still at Walmart. Okay,
Uh-oh.
got you." So I got her the same setup that I use.
She got me that foundation to cover all my age spots. So
I got
tomorrow
him
I'm gonna
too.
try it, and we'll do a video, and I'll show you how it works.
Let's do
That's
it.
awesome.
Because I have some really bad age spots going on. Actually, it's just one big age spot right there.
Oh, do I need to come back to your truck?
Probably. I have those
You're
nasty,
making her
like, sunspots.
Yep.
I'll bring the paddle with me next time.
Uh-oh. Oh, she blocked the door on you now, Kierra.
Oh, shit, the passenger door's open. Hold on.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
She'd probably crawl in my side box door. My sleeper door.
Yeah.
You guys watched what I did to get on top of a load. You think I won't do more to get in your truck?
Idella said,
Murphy
I used
won't guard me. She'll just lick her instead of protect me. She'll just give her more kisses. See?
Oh, hey, we're at a Kenworth dealership. If I break a window, they can fix it.
There you go.
Except I'm not in a Kenworth anymore.
Yeah, she's in a Cascade. Yeah.
Oh, well, still, they have a window.
Well, ladies, yep, I do, Patty. I remember. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get ready to close the show because I know, Terry, you got a lot of driving still left to do. And I need to cook dinner. I haven't even started that. But anyway,
We gotta cook dinner
ladies.
too.
Yeah. Ladies, I want to thank you guys for being on the show. I don't know what your plans are next Saturday, but if you're free, we'd love to have you guys back on again because it is Pride Month and I couldn't think of any better people to have on the show. So just let us know what your schedule looks like.
Okay. I might have another trans woman. I got to talk to her, but another trans woman that drives for Prime with us, I might be able to get her to come in.
Perfect.
Hey, Kierra,
That'd be
Cassandra's
awesome.
wondering what foundation you use.
Hold on. Let me grab it.
I already put mine away.
I don't know how she's so freaking good with makeup.
I know. She's really good.
In person, her skin looks like it's the skin of a 6-year-old. Like,
it's disgusting.
Wow.
It's like butter.
Okay. Kierra, that's
I'm so
it.
jealous.
We have to do it. We gotta do a messenger chat.
The what?
We have to do a messenger chat of all of us, and Kira's gonna teach us makeup.
Yep.
Yes.
Lessons.
We should have a Diva Trucker makeup party.
Yes, yes, yes.
Or Kierra's weekly makeup tip.
Yes.
Okay, so for my makeup, I don't do just one foundation because being trans, I took a lot of tips from drag queens on how to do makeup. I did not want to look like a drag queen, but I wanted, how they look flawless. So a lot of them use what's called a beard blocker, which is a bright orange, really, really greasy makeup. And I can't stand it. It makes me break out. Like, I'm not trying to get political, but I swear I was trying to be Donald Trump. Like,
or Bob Barker.
There you go.
But the big thing is it's really greasy and I can't wear it all day. So I started doing something different. This is the Wet n Wild foundation. And I put that on first, but when I put it on, a lot of people like try to put it on like they're doing their foundation, and you can't, because if you do that, it won't do what it's supposed to. You actually put it on, and then you literally use your makeup sponge to rub it in. Like you basically rub it in as much as you can, and that covers, for me, that covers all the hair, any age spots, acne, any of that. And then over top of it, I use the Super Stay by Maybelline.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Maybelline 30 hour. I use that and I go very light over it. Now, you can stop at just that. But I put a foundation powder and then finishing powder on top. But I just bought, and I haven't tried it yet, so I'm going to try it tomorrow. This is the NYX Super Stay. I have yet to try it, and I paid like $15 for it because I really wanted to try it. But I will let you guys know tomorrow how good it works. But
now, Kierra, if somebody doesn't have a sponge, can they use their fingers like this on the first one?
You can, but I would highly suggest using a sponge instead. And don't worry, Granny.
I use those little sponges also.
Yeah, I use sponges and brushes.
You're gonna get a sponge before the end of the night. I already told you.
Yeah. We already have one for you.
And it's bright orange.
I gave some to Angie not too long ago too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch Kierra every morning doing her makeup, but I don't know. She's magic.
It's intimidating.
So yeah.
Patricia said the sponge is better, Kierra.
The sponge is better.
It is.
The funny part, no one believes me. I've never watched somebody, the tips that I use, I never watched makeup tutorials. Like, Theresa watched me do my makeup for the first time, and I did it almost exactly as I do it now.
That's awesome.
And what's great is that she teaches you she teaches you kind of how to do it for your own face, because every person's face is different.
Yeah.
And so it's got to be what works for you. And eventually, as you practice, you'll find your own style in the tips that she shows.
That's awesome.
Well, ladies, it has been an absolute pleasure.
It's so
fun. Yes.
Maddie, I know you were super nervous and you did wonderful.
Yes, you did.
Amazing.
Yeah. Thank you all so much. It was such an honor to be on here. Like, help me open up and everything. I enjoyed it so much, and it means so much to me that you would have us on here, have me on here. Like, I can't thank you all enough. And
Maddie, you are
loved.
All
the viewers with all the comments.
You are loved, Maddie, and part of the family. You don't ever have to be nervous around us.
No, never.
Thank you.
You belong to us now.
So
Us mama hens, you're ours.
She's like,
we're gonna wrap you up and just hold you.
Okay, what is that?
Off fudge from a homemade fudge factory right here in town.
Oh,
that's almost 1.5 pounds of fudge.
The owner's daughter is engaged to a man, and all he does is he makes all the fudge for this store every day. That's all he does is make fudge, and he's the owner's daughter's fiance.
That is so cool. I love fudge.
Thank you for
Patricia.
that compliment, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patricia. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and close the show because Lori and I got to cook. Terry needs to drive, and I'm sure our ladies need to go. But we'll go have another Pride show next week, and hopefully the ladies can come back with us because obviously there's a lot more we could talk about, and we all get along so great. So why not have a great day? Also, the Wednesday show, Lori and Terry have the new Wednesday show. Is Wednesday Wonders, so don't forget to watch those two Wednesday at 12 o'clock Central. And last but not least,
radio show.
Sorry, Larry's giving me all the tips. Yes, I always forget our radio show every single week. Okay, so yes, Larry and I's radio show, Taillights with the Bombs, on TNC Radio Live is now moving to Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central. And then Friday night, we have the boys, I always call them boys, the men's show, Truckers on TV, 7 p.m. Central. So
And
don't forget to watch that.
all their squirrel moments, okay?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
so
I
do
want
that.
to tell them, the ladies, Patricia said you ladies made it one of the best shows ever. You need to know
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes so
See,
freaking
there
much.
it is again. One of the best shows yet. Thanks to you three ladies.
That's awesome.
And they want an encore.
Yeah, heck yeah. Gosh, you are all so awesome.
We
All
love
right.
you, ladies.
I love
Y'all
you.
be safe out there on the roads. Thanks everybody for watching and making it an awesome show. We love you all. And we'll see y'all next week. Bye, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.
Good show.